Culture of India, I wanted to give a list of agro-climatic regions of the country, so it will be easy for you to understand the agriculture system of India. So basically NRSA, National Remote Sensing Agency, with the Planning Commission of India, they prepared a agro-climatic regions of India. So it divided the 15 regions. It divided India into 15 regions, agro-climatic regions, on the basis of the crops and the temperature required for the crop, rainfall, nature of soil, groundwater, all on the basis of this temperature, rainfall, soil and groundwater. So all these are the basic parameters. On the basis of these 4 parameters, in every region we have the different cropping seasons. So broadly we have the crops, 3 crops. One is called Rabi crop. It starts from say November and moves up to April. And the Kharif crop. Kharif starts from say in June, sometimes July. Actually it is rain controlled. Wherever the rain comes in June, in southern part of India it started in June. In northern part of India rain arrives, monsoon, southwest monsoon arrives in July. So and it goes up to say October. So these are the 2 major cropping seasons. Most of the crops we have 4 to 5 month long crops. But there are some crops like sugarcane which is almost 11 months long. There are some crops which are only for 2 months long. Some crops are only for 1 month, like radish, like some vegetables. Within 1 month they are ready and over. So that short term period is called Zaid period. ZAID is a short term. Short term, basically vegetable crops like radish and sometimes spinach, etc. So which require quickly they come and they supply and it's over. And gourd, etc. These short-term crops are between these crops, April and June. This time is there. Watermelon, etc. These are this in the short-term period between Rabi and Kharif. April, Rabi is over. In June it starts. May and June, probably 50 to 60 days are free here during the season. In North India this season is called low season, summer season, the formation of the low pressure in the North India. During this season the giant crop we used to take. So these are the 3 cropping seasons, and in India on the basis of these crops we have 15 agro-climatic regions. In every region, like when you were traveling by train from Delhi to central India and South India, you find different crops. Wheat was harvested in the last month only, in the March in South India, in Madhya Pradesh. But wheat is harvested in North India, farmers are harvesting right now. So it means crop growing season is different in different regions. So on the basis of the crop growing conditions, so basically these are the parameters which determine the crop sowing conditions. At the time of sowing, crop require different conditions, different temperature, different soil moisture. Crop growing conditions, and crop harvesting conditions. Like wheat, at the time of sowing the wheat, it requires moderate temperature. For growth of the wheat, it requires low temperature. But for harvesting, wheat requires high temperature. So in all the conditions, every crop requires different seasons, different temperature, different soil moisture, different nature of soil also changes. So sometimes we used to say on the basis of irrigation. So amount of rainfall determine the nature of irrigation. On the basis of irrigation also we divide the Indian agriculture, like we used to say irrigated farming. Then rain-fed farming. Rain-fed, it is also known as dry-land farming. In South Central India, you pass through Ahmednagar, Manmad, Jalgaon, Itarsi, Bhopal. It's all rain-fed. They don't have the assured source of irrigation. Their only source of irrigation, that is the rain. When the rain comes, okay, if rain fails, crop also fails. Like this year you find none of the agricultural field had a crop in their farmland. Everything is dried up. It's the symptom of agricultural drought. So they are the drought. Sometimes we used to say hydrological drought. Hydrological drought means rainfall less than the average rainfall. Meteorological drought. Then the agricultural drought. Sometimes we use the environmental drought. Environmental drought is the one drought which disturbs the entire ecosystem. Even the trees lose the leaf in the scarcity of moisture. Birds out migrate. Wildlife moved away. Some of the animals goes in estivation because of scarcity of water, high temperature. So some of the entire ecosystem get disturbed. Energy flow in the ecosystem gets stumbled. So that is called environmental drought, hydrological drought, meteorological drought, and the agricultural drought. Agriculture is suffering. Soil moisture is so reached to the level it could not sustain the crop. So that is the third type of is rainfall or the rainfall irrigation. Sorry, the term I am not using properly. Basically, you keep it too, because in some of the areas, on the basis of these, we divide the agriculture. So we have crops, different type of crops. One is food grain crops. Food grain may be wheat, may be rice. These are the major staple crops. Sometimes we used to say coarse grains like jowar, like bajra, like ragi, like millets. These are the food grain crops. These are the coarse grain. Then we have the pulses. Then we have the oil seeds. And then we have the cash crops. Cash crops are like cotton is the cash crop. Soybean is the cash crop. Sugarcane is the cash crop. These are some, tobacco is the cash crop. So these are on the basis of this, every region we have the different cropping regions, different areas with different crops. On the basis of all these basic parameters, National Remote Sensing Agency and the Planning Commission, ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, they divided the area into 15 agro-climatic regions. These are, number 1 is Western Himalayas. So it is Western Himalayas, Eastern Himalayas. I'm just writing the 15 regions. Third is the Satluj Yamuna plain. This is the region which registered the green revolution in the country. Then Middle Ganga plain. Middle Ganga plain. Fifth is Lower Ganga plain. Sixth is Northern Plateau. Northern Plateau means basically Malwa and Bundelkhand. Then Eastern Plateau. Eastern Plateau means Chota Nagpur Plateau, CNP. Then we have the Deccan. We have the Southern Plateau. Southern Plateau means Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, part of Karnataka. 9. And number 10 is Western Ghats. Have the different cropping season region. Western Ghats. It is Eastern Ghats. It is islands, Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. They have altogether different agricultural system. 13 is it is the Gujarat region. Saurashtra, Kathiawad and Kutch region. 15 is Rajasthan, Western Rajasthan. 14 is missing. I missed here Upper Ganga plain. So this I missed. Then I realized I missed one of the region, Upper Ganga plain. These are the 15 agricultural agro-climatic regions in the country are there. So on the basis of these 15 agro-climatic regions, it will be easy for us to understand the agricultural regions of 4 important crops. Let's take the 4 important cropping regions of the country. We'll take 2 cash crops and 2 food grain crops in the country. So in your syllabus, we have the 2 cash crops and 2 food grain crops. We have the crops, wheat and rice. These are the 2 staple crops are there. Our wheat production of wheat has increased tremendously after independence. If I construct the production chart in 1951 to 2015, this is the production of wheat and rice. Wheat was like, rice was like this. So this is the phase that is called, what happened, this is the wheat. This is the line showing the green revolution started from here. Before green revolution, our wheat production was almost stable. But after green revolution, wheat production increased rapidly. Still increasing. Now, because new areas are coming in, because of some dwarf seed, high variety seeds. But the rice production was like this, and it is constantly increasing. Still rice production is higher than the wheat production in the country. So it is the rice here. Rice has not registered a kind of revolution in the country. It is only for this is green revolution. Green revolution was basically for wheat. not for rice. Rice production was higher, though gap has reduced because of this revolution. So rice production. So this is increasing. These are the two major staple crops in the country. Wheat is the crop, is a rabi crop, and rice is kharif crop. But in Bengal, in North India, these are this cropping nomenclature is only for North India. Like in Bengal, rice is cultivated in all the 3 seasons: Aus, Aman, and Boro. These are the 3 seasons, cropping seasons in eastern India, in Assam and Bengal. And in Tamil Nadu, they are called Han and Kar. These are the 2 seasons. Instead of Rabi and Zaid, they do use local dialect. So this is, but wheat is only a temperate crop. It requires low temperature. So that's why this is the one. In India, what are the conditions for wheat? So wheat, it requires sowing temperature, growing temperature, and the harvesting temperature. So it's moderate temperature, it's low temperature. I'm talking about the temperature, and it is the high temperature or the increasing temperature. So this is about the temperature of required for the Rabi in the country. This temperature, the condition of this temperature in India found only in northwestern part of the country or in the northern part of the country. So it is northern and northwestern part of the country. Now it is heading to central part, central plus eastern part of India. Central means, you must be knowing, while you were passing through the train through Madhya Pradesh, lot of fields were harvested. Farmers were harvesting the wheat. So that is the central. In eastern India, in Bihar, up to Bihar, partly in Bengal also farmers are growing the wheat now. They started growing. So this is the one. This is the area here. It is cultivated. What type of soil it requires? It requires alluvial soil. It is good. It can be cultivated in black soil, but it requires an nitrogen rich soil. It requires nitrogen rich. That's why the farmer of India use most of the urea fertilizer. So urea is a substitute to fulfill the ammonia in the soil, to fulfill the need of the nitrogen. Basically, it requires NPK, NPK rich soil. But out of these 3, nitrogen is the most important mineral or the component found in the soil, is important for cultivating the wheat, because farmers are getting more commercialized. They are taking regular crops, same crop from the same field all the time, one crop. They are not rotating even, because of availing the maximum gain from the field. So if only one crop is cultivated repeatedly in the same field, so soil lose particular nutrient from the soil, and that nutrient is nitrogen. That's why North Indian farmers are using substituting the nitrogen by putting the biomanure, by putting the compost, by putting the green manure, by putting the biofertilizer, by putting the chemical fertilizers, so all, and by nitrification, by nitrogen fixation, repeatedly tilling the land before the rain comes. When the loo winds blow, if the soil is loose, loo winds carry huge amount of the nitrogen along with, so soil loose होगी तो nitrogen से atmosphere से nitrogen absorb कर ले. So farmers remain busy in loosening their land, tilling their land. When farmers are not raising the crop in the field, but still he is busy in loosening the land, tilling the land. क्रॉप भी नहीं होती है, फिर भी उसके बावजूद वो सोयल को टिल करते रहते हैं, क्योंकि लूज करेंगे तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नाइट्रोजन एब्जॉर्ब करेंगे एंड नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन, that is nitrogen fixation, and when the lightning takes place in the cloud, so huge amount of nitrogen is pumped in the atmosphere, and if soil is loose, it absorbs the nitrogen. And there is a process called nitrification. Nitrification is the process which is completed by leguminous crops. So some of the crops absorb nitrogen from the atmosphere and store the nitrogen in the form of ammonia in their roots in the form of nodules. So that is called nodulous crops, leguminous crops. So that process is called nitrification. So these farmers are basically to use the different fertilizers to maintain the fertility. It requires rain. Though wheat require less amount of rain, but western disturbances in northwest India, they yield little rain, and that rain is sufficient for raising that crop. So basically, though this is cultivated in the alluvial soil is porous soil, but still it can be cultivated. This rain by the western disturbance in the Rabi season in winter is the reason for the success of the green revolution in northwest India, apart from irrigation. So because this requires low temperature, only this type of temperature condition found only in northwest India, in Punjab, Haryana, northern Rajasthan, western UP, only this part have these climatic conditions, these physical parameters. So we have certain, like I use the word green revolution. Green revolution is a term which introduced the dwarf seed. Dwarf seed are basically one. I think I told you the story once. How Norman Borlaug. Personally, I feel we should have honored one person for Nobel in India. So we have given Nobel to so many foreigners, 3 or 4 foreigners we have given Nobel. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, he was the resident of Pakistan, and we honored him Nobel, Bharat Ratna. He should have been honored like Nelson Mandela. Also we honored with Bharat Ratna. He was also, in my personal view, that person was also deserved to be a Bharat Ratna, because he gave the food supply to the Indians when we were deficit in food grain production. We were dependent on the temperate grassland regions of prairie region, or the steppe region, or the veld region, or the downs region. We were importing food grain from the grassland countries like USA, like Russia, from Australia, from South Africa, from Argentina, Pampas region. So that person brought the dwarf seed. Dwarf seed means, let me explain what was the dwarf seed. Dwarf seed is basically the plant which is genetically modified, and there are the 2 types of seeds. Native seeds, native wheat variety of. Native means it gives less production, but it is resistant to the conditions. The native seeds are resistant to the conditions. If it is hot, no problem. It is dry, again there is no problem. Like Indian cow of Indian breed, like you must be knowing, Sahiwal cow, Tharparkar cow, Kankrez cow, Haryana cow, different breeds of the cow. इनको कुछ भी नहीं होता, ज़्यादा गर्मी हो तब भी नहीं है, ठंड है तब भी पानी मिल जाएगा, कम में काम चला देंगे, ज़्यादा होगा तब भी. So grass थोड़े भी खाने में, so they are having, and they have the resistance to the conditions. वो बीमार नहीं पड़ती. But the exotic breed cows, you know, whether it is Holstein or Jersey or the Jersey and the Frisian and the Swiss or the Ayrshire, there are so many breeds, Angus. different breeds we rear. अगर हम जर्सी या आयर सायर काऊ को यहाँ रखें तो क्या होता है, दिन में उसको 3 बार तो बाथ कराना होता है. We have to give regular food, regular supply of water to maintain the ideal temperature, then only that yield milk. Otherwise वो बीमार पड़ जाते हैं तुरंत. Same is hiled variety seeds. Hiled variety seeds are prone to diseases, but the native breeds are not prone to diseases. So what happened? Native breeds were like गेहूं का पौधा था, इतना लंबा पौधा है. There are the seeds and उसमें छोटी सी बाली है. इसमें कितने ग्रेन्स होंगे? 40 से 50 ग्रेन. इतने भी नहीं होंगे. How many leaves are there? But what happened in the lab? Basically, they reduced the height of the plant and the length of the bali has increased and the number of foliage to avail the chlorophyll content be increased. So this foliage has increased. How many grains? Height is reduced. So this is the dwarf seed. It is having 200 to 250 grains. Every plant has number of grains only 40 to 200. 5 times we increase the number of grains in every plant. This is called dwarf seed. So these are the high yield variety seed. So in wheat basically Sonalika, Sonera, Sarbati, C308, HD 1553, Arjun, Pratap. These are the high variety seeds. But these high variety seeds need to be upgraded with time because they develop some diseases over the time. Like some of the diseases of wheat you must be knowing. It is rust. पहले कभी नहीं होता था नेटिव सीड में, इसमें रस्ट नहीं लगता था. They are prone to rust. Dwarf seeds are prone to rust. Pund, smut, and mosaic. These are the diseases of hiled variety dwarf seeds. इनमें कुछ नहीं होता था, but production बढ़ानी है तो we have to take care of it. So over the time these varieties also develop some resistances, some diseases. Like in 1960s, the Dr. penicillin was invented by Dr. जोर से बोलो बेटी. I am hearing impaired. Please speak loudly. Yes, Alexander Fleming. Yes, Alexander Fleming introduced penicillin. 1960s में किसी को penicillin लगाते थे, कैसे भी बीमार होता था. First time antibiotics entered in human body, used in human body. So man get up. वो खड़ा हो जाता था. आज किसी को पेनिसिलिन लगाओ तो खांसी भी ठीक नहीं होगी. So basically what happened, penicillin is no more in use because it developed the immunity and so these crops are also developed some diseases. They are not useful. So over the time we need upgradation of the research is required over the time to maintain the fertility. So agriculture applies the law of diminishing return. Law of diminishing return, law of increasing return. Do you know these two terms? If it is clear, over the time, suppose this is the profit, this is the investment. Investment with time, when we increase the investment, profit increases. But after a certain time, profit started decreasing. This is the saturation point. Beyond this time, profit started decreasing. That is called law of diminishing return.